All right, hello. Today is January 12th, Thursday, around 10:30 p.m. I start writing the second song, the Daring Dissident. This one is heavy on the rhythm. So after examining the example song, actually the song is quite fast. It's about 160 beats per second. And after talking with my guitar instructor, we decided on a few things. First is drop what they call as drop D, which is you take the E string and then drop it to D to play the rhythm, I guess faster, easier. And then basically the structure of the song is quite interesting too. There's an intro and there's a rhythm section with no solo whatsoever for straight 8 measures. So the rhythm has to be a really nice catching rhythm that doesn't require any solo on top of it. That is kind of has its own chord progression on its own, which is the first time I'm going to try. And then the verse starts, and verse, I'm trying to keep it constant. We are basically kind of thought about it. I'm writing this in D minor, so I'm keeping the verse on D pretty long. So the rhythm over there needs to be nice as well, with lots of breathing space for the solo to come in and go out, and then it does a kind of a chord progression to basically link to the chorus. So tonight I was kind of working on it. I worked on the intro, which was kind of interesting to highlight the rhythm. The intro needs to start on a pretty steady state. I had to do something with it. I also played with the bass a little bit to give some kind of a different feeling, that it is not too monotone. Anyway, we will hear it shortly. I came up with the rhythm. Rhythm turned out to be actually pretty good. I like it quite a bit. It is going to be very, very difficult to play because there are lots of offbeat rhythm. The bass and the drums kind of play on each other. It's a very difficult rhythm to play. So I have to practice a lot to have the right timing. But I gave time. I think I'll work on that. And then I also gave some kind of a breathing space for a measure or so to switch to the rhythm, the verse rhythm, which is different than this specific rhythm piece. Over there, the solo will come in. And then it will lead to kind of chorus area, which I have not written. I have ideas, of course, what the chord progressions are, but this song, as I mentioned, is heavy on the rhythm, so finding the rhythm is going to be interesting. So imagine there's just pure rhythm section, which needs to be superb, and then there's a verse rhythm section where the solo is going to be played, and then there's going to be a chorus rhythm section where the solo will play also on top, and we'll kind of revert back to I think the same structure, which is rhythm. The special rhythm will be reintroduced, and then will be followed up with the verse and the chorus. Most likely there is going to be a bridge, and then maybe chorus again. I'm not sure right now. But the key is the rhythm. So let's take a listen. I'm not sure about the intro, but I really liked that special rhythm section. The verse rhythm is also pretty good. I have not written the bass on that one yet, so you'll only hear the distorted guitar and the drums for that section. Otherwise, the intro and the special rhythm has the bass. So let's hear it. Intro. I like it. rhythm. Lots of verse, lots of space. And then chorus will start likely. So again, intro starts actually quite harsh, but again, I have to play with the distorted guitar sounds. It has to lay that kind of like rhythmic, and then when that special rhythm section starts, it gives breathing and kind of an offbeat. So you kind of, it sounds really interesting and cool. And then with that breather, also kind of gives the space for the second rhythm to has its own impact. And as you can hear on the verse, I left a lot of space. I kind of kept it purely on E minor, almost power chord, which means that I can actually play different modes beside D minor. So I can go Phrygian, I can go Dorian. So we'll see. It will be interesting to write it, but it's quite high energy, as you can hear it. Anyway, good progress for one night. So we'll work on it and keep you guys updated. Bye. Hello, it's January 16, 2023, Monday night around 11:30 p.m. I've been working on the Daring Dissident, the song structure. I think it has been finalized. I finished pretty much all the drums and the bass and the rhythm. The bass was missing on the verses, so I added those. I also built up the chorus, changed the rhythm, kind of not slow it down, but maybe longer chords. I also wrote a bridge. This time, rather than slowing, which I generally do during bridge, I changed it. This time I actually increased it. Actually, it gains quite a bit of energy at that time, and I drop it back to chorus. So it is maybe slightly over 3 minutes, maybe 7 seconds or so. So the song structure is such that we have that intro, 4 measures, and I've introduced that special rhythm, have a breather, and then hit it the verse. First verse, I can also split up into 2 sections, maybe first 1A, 1B, because there's a chord progression change, and then the chorus kind of comes in. Again, chorus has kind of 2 pieces as well. Chorus maybe 1A and 1B, you can say. And then we basically want to come back to the rhythm. So I introduce yet another breather, reintroduce the rhythm, and repeated the same structure. So after rhythm, the verses play, then leads to the second chorus. After the second chorus, I switch it to bridge. And on the bridge, I actually wrote a total of 12 measures. The first 2 similar chord progression, but kind of builds it up on the third, the last 4 basically. And then dropping back to the chorus. The song was still shorter than 3 minutes, and I came back and kind of finished up with the rhythm. I'm not sure right now whether I will just play the rhythm and finish it off, or whether I will just fade away. But I mean, overall, I think it's fair. I mean, there's a lot of rhythm changes, a lot of offbeat and drum and the bass. It's going to be very difficult to play the rhythm, as I mentioned before. Solo is going to be interesting because the rhythm influences the solo quite a bit. So I'm kind of curious how it's going to shape up. So what I thought we would do is maybe listen from the second verse, second part of the second verse, such that we can understand kind of the base that I introduced on the verses, the chorus structure, and then actually listen to the bridge and then come back to the chorus. But maybe that section. So let's pick it up from the verse. That bass is nice. Chorus. Changes. Different chord progression. Bridge, faster, really offbeat bass, speed up, back to chorus, and the rest. So again, I think it's something to start with. I updated the whiteboard with the D minor. Maybe you guys can see it a little bit better. With the D minor chord progression, as well as kind of wrote the structure of the song. Kind of talked about how the chords have changed since I dropped the D. So I'll most likely use this to kind of come up with a solid. Since I'm using quite a bit of power chords, actually, I can move again from different scales, Aeolian to Phrygian to Dorian. So that's going to be interesting to kind of experiment and see what I can introduce. Anyhow, that's it for tonight, and talk to you guys later. Hello. It's January 23rd, Monday, around 9:45 p.m. Tomorrow I'm gonna see my guitar instructor, so I thought that I would work on the solo a little bit more on the daring dissident. And I tried many things. Actually, this time I even tried to use the keyboard. I kind of came out with some phrasing and melodies, but I got back to the original phrasing that I liked. My wife thinks that I'm kind of using the same melodies, but somehow this thing stuck in my mind and I couldn't get rid of it. And I started basically trying different things, but I went back to it because it somehow felt right. And then I basically built on the verses and then the chorus as well. This solo is actually quite slow. I specifically didn't want to introduce a lot of notes. It's melodical. It has some kind of a dark tone. I think working on the verses in the middle of the song, and then the chorus is going to repeat itself twice with a very fast bridge. At that time I need to introduce the faster speed, but melodically, at least, while playing slow, I need to basically, I know the key notes to hit when I'm playing fast in the future. So at least that kind of gives some kind of a structure about where to be careful and not to, keep the same kind of melody, yet embellish it more with more notes maybe. So what I'm going to do is, I'm gonna start all the way from the beginning, and then we are gonna listen to it. There are some pieces that I really like. There are other pieces that I'm not sure, but overall, it's not bad. So let's see. think it's quite melodic. I used music theory quite a bit. You could hear some classical pieces, especially towards the end of the chorus, when I kind of go on the notes, basically starting from the B flat, kind of going to A, and then introducing G, which is exactly the notes behind, and kind of ending at A, which is the last note before when the chorus ends. So all those are studied using the kind of a musical theory, actually. Anyhow, I mean, I like it. Maybe my solos always sound kind of similar, but I don't know. This is a pleasant thing to listen to. I feel excited about it. I think that's good for me. Again, in the future, I can build on this. I mean, this is quite. There's some quarter notes. Most of them are actually quarter notes. There is very rarely 8 notes. There's no 16 notes whatsoever, which basically means it gives me a lot of flexibility for the future part of the song. And now, at least there's some progress. All right, see you guys later. Hello, it's February 1st, Wednesday, around 10:20 p.m. After a long weekend, I finally got some time to basically work on the Daring Dissident. I had to nail down the second verse, kind of introduce embellishing notes, but without really changing the structure as well. So I did basically the usual tricks. I did some kind of melodical runs that are keeping still the same main notes. I also did some scale rundowns actually on the chorus side, which I think turned out to be good. I did some double stopping, which is also, I guess, nice. There's some triplets spread around to kind of introduce some energy. It's okay. It's not like super cool. The original melody is very good, so it is. I don't want to disturb it too much. It's like the perfect notes almost. So I'm trying to just keep his characteristics, playing a little bit different, but yet keeping the structure. So anyway, I am all the way to the bridge now. So I did the verse, and actually I also did the chorus. I introduced a couple things as well. Now I'm at the bridge. I don't think I have time tonight. So I have the bridge and the last chorus left. I'm thinking about introducing a second guitar on the chorus, last chorus, basically to really build up maybe one octave kind of higher, and kind of maybe do some harmonical runs. But anyway, I need to think about it. And the bridge is going to be interesting because bridge is really, the energy is picking up. So I'm not sure whether I should pick the speed up with the bridge or not. But anyway, we will discuss that in another day. So let's just listen to the verse. Keynote. I did the same to remind as a triplet run. It's pretty much the same. Now, chorus scale run. Scale. That's nice. One more. Double stop. Quarter note, 8 notes. And then bridge starts. A few good things there, but I may end up changing it, but I'm not sure. Anyhow, that's for tonight. I gotta get the bridge and the last chorus. All right, bye-bye. Hello, it's February 2nd, 2023, Thursday, about 11. Still working on the Daring Dissident. I made a few modifications on the second verse. I think it's better. I made a few changes, which I will highlight, and then I wrote the bridge first time. I think it's okay. There's a really nice section towards that. It's going to be difficult to play. I am not sure how it is jiving well. And then, of course, the last chorus is left. But in the last chorus, I'm going to introduce, I think, the second guitar. The melody will still, I guess, similar to the second chorus. But we'll see. So let's listen from the second verse. I changed the introduction. It was too much legato. I wanted to do more staccato, but let's see. Same. These are all same. They're all same. It's the same. I change this coming part, this part. I think it's better. Bridge. I think it's not bad. On the bridge, I like the second entry. There's a band going, or I'm wondering if the band is too separate from the reels. Well, there's no band there, but may work out. The second entry is really nice too, so let's listen back. This band, this is nice. Second entry is better. Very nice. Nice. And then triplets. So it's difficult to play, but I think I can pull it off. Anyway, that's the progress. I think I should be able to finish this song hopefully by the weekend. I need to actually start working on the next song before I see my guitar instructor next Tuesday. Anyhow, good progress for a night. Bye. Hello, it's February 3rd, Friday, almost 7 p.m. I worked on the chorus, the last chorus, and I really tried to create some harmony. It took me some time. Quite a bit of music theory actually, but I think I got something good. It's a really kind of high octave, but the melody is different. The main one, for example, goes D, F, so 1, 2, 3. I completely switched it, so it goes 3, 2, 1. That creates a nice, and then of course the harmony kind of starts. I try to pick the right notes. Anyway, let's take a listen. I'm quite pumped up about it actually. I'm gonna start towards the end of the bridge and then we can listen. This part I'm not sure. Then same melodies, harmony, finish. That middle part I'm not sure, but I really like that in the main, kind of going in opposite direction, laying some key notes in the first turn and the second turn. one guitar goes escalates, basically the other one de-escalates, but they kind of cross each other. I think that also sounds good. In the middle, I try to play with the triads. I may come up with something else. I'm not sure about that. But then towards the end, basically, just hitting that melody, same, no harmony, kind of repeating. But at the end, just introducing one little note, I think also brings kind of the attention. And now I think this song is almost done. I'm kind of relieved. I really like it actually. Playing is so much fun. It's going to be difficult, but I mean, I have several months to practice, but I think it's gonna be a good one.